Right now, our reporter Tahalil is at the site of the memorial of the Carolina Shank, a girl who was tragically lost far too soon. Also the story of a restoration of a 19th century beer cellar in Dane County. News 3 Now at 6 begins right now. It's been almost 3 weeks since an 11-year-old girl in Fitchburg died after her family says she was accidentally shot by her older brother. Today, friends and family gathered together for a ceremony in honor at Forest Edge Elementary. Tahalil Mohodin is there live with more.
Carolina Shank was a 6th grader here at Forest Edge, and those who knew her best say she was always showing love and support to the kids at her school. Now today, friends and family have gathered to return the favor by lighting candles, blowing bubbles, and displaying kindness and rocks. Now they're packing up, but earlier today they said that they're praying that Carolina has peace and kindness in her next life. Families say Carolina loved dogs, TikToks, arts and crafts, and playing video games with her dad. Now tonight at 10, we'll hear from Carolina's grandma on how the family is coping and moving forward with remembering their young girl.
Thank you so much, Tahalil. Such a sad story. An Amber Alert is out for a Milwaukee boy police believe might be with a homicide suspect. Major Harris, just 3 years old, was last seen in Milwaukee on Thursday. Harris is the son of a homicide victim who was found dead at his last known location. Police believe Harris may be with Jaheim Clark, who is a person of interest in this homicide. Clark and Harris may be traveling in a black 2008 Chevy Equinox. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast outside with Austin Kopnitsky.
And it's a little nippy out here. I'd recommend a light jacket if you are going to head out here later on tonight, as those temperatures are going to fall and pretty quickly after the sun does set. Right now it's 56 degrees, and we did see quite a bit of some sunshine for today. Much of the same is expected again for tomorrow, but look at that humidity down pretty low right now, and with calm winds it does actually feel pretty decent, but again a little on the cooler side of things. Nothing happening on our Doppler track as of right now, which is great news as we do look to stay dry. But then you look at our temperatures, only those middle 50s here for a lot of communities, so it's not necessarily going to be too toasty again here later on tonight. And in fact, here later on tonight, we are going to see those temperatures falling far enough to actually prompt some frost advisories for some of our northernmost communities. Most of us aren't going to see that potential for patchy frost with just enough of a breeze that moves through, but those temperatures still falling quite a bit here tonight. A low of 39 degrees expected, very similar to what we saw here last night and early this morning. But how long will that trend last? I will have a look at your extended forecast coming up a little bit later on in the show.
All right, thanks so much, Austin. And come back inside to warm up. With Halloween just 2 weeks away from tomorrow, we thought it would be a good idea to check in with some local pumpkin farms to find out how crowds and crops are faring so far. Christina Laurie has more.
We've been talking a lot about how difficult of a year it's been for local business owners, but don't focus a lot on farmers who own some of the biggest businesses here in the state of Wisconsin.
When you ask Don Schuster how COVID changed his business,
we're all outdoors. It didn't.
He knows he's lucky.
We changed how we sold things. You know, we couldn't go into buildings.
Although the Schusters made small tweaks like timed tickets to spread out crowds, families still came to fulfill their fall traditions in 2020.
The thing about it last year, it was so cool for us. You know, the college kids came out here in big numbers. They couldn't go anywhere. Couldn't go to the bar, couldn't go anywhere. And they sat out here at the picnic tables having caramel apples.
And they're doing it again in 2021.
We just got so many acres.
So far, the Schusters say they've been getting bigger crowds this year than last, especially on Sundays. 90% of the farm's total business comes from the fall season, so the good weather and no weekend washouts are good news.
Well, you feel kind of guilty.
And have this family also feeling grateful.
It's, you know, you really feel lucky because, yeah, we did get to keep operating.
Reporting in Deerfield for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
The Schusters say this weekend and next are typically their busiest before things eventually die down on the Halloween weekend. You can find out more ticket information on our website, channel3000.com. Well, if you need something to do outside next weekend to embrace that beautiful sunshine while you still can, you can join a restoration work party at the UW Arboretum. They take place between 9 a.m. and noon on Saturday mornings. Activities include cutting brush from restored areas, removing invasive plants, and burn unit preparation. Tools, equipment, instructions, and refreshments are all provided. Well, this afternoon, the city of Monona held its annual Fall Festival. There were many parts of the fest, from the 38th annual chili cook-off to the bake sale to the Hoot Hoot Hustle, which is just an awesome name, which is their 5K to benefit Winnequa School PTO and Monona Parks and Rec. Also, what Fall Festival would be complete without is a pony and to have some wagon rides along with it. Melissa Miller from Monona told us what made this event so different and special this year.
I would say the fact that everybody's actually excited for fall. You know, we have tons of summer events, we have a few winter events, but something about fall is just magical. People love coming out, love seeing the pumpkins, the ponies, the cooler weather, wearing their flannel. So it's all just a family fun fall day.
A perfect day indeed. The weather was perfect for the festival with a high of 59 in Monona. You could not ask for better fall weather. Well, what do you get when you combine a historic Dane County structure with 1,000 hours of volunteer work? A celebration of heritage. Anna Hansen shows us how.
Sometimes history repeats itself.
One stone at a time.
Other times, it's up to volunteers to make sure it continues. That's been the case with the Camrock County Park Beer Cellar in Rockdale, which Dane County Parks volunteer Richard Moen has been working to restore since last July.
And I came by here last July, and I could see that the 5 keystones right at the top were hanging on by their toenails and just about ready to fall down. And I said, this has got to change.
Moen says the cellar was likely built around 1860, but the last time it was used was 1878.
Around that time, there was a temperance movement locally because somebody decided there was too much beer being consumed.
Since then, years of Wisconsin winters have taken their toll on the structure, but beneath the surface is a look into the past, which Moen has spent over 1,000 hours restoring to keep it standing for the years to come.
It needed to be done.
Madison Parks Interim Director Jolene Stinson says it's projects like these that let Parks volunteers pursue their passions while adding value to the community.
So our volunteers get to bring their own passion into the system, and they really develop this sense of place.
But for Moen, this project is just a matter of dedication.
Labor of love doesn't really apply to me. It's not a labor of love. It's not a passion. I said I was going to do it, so I'm doing it.
So today, after 1,000 hours of work and 4 celebration delays, Rockdale community members were finally able to see the progress on the cellar up close, enjoying the weather and the Sunshine Brewing Company beer, named for the cellar.
Well, in Dane County Parks, we really try to have something for everyone.
A historic structure
Forever young.
Made new again. In Rockdale, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
The cellar is still undergoing restoration, but park officials are discussing having it open for the public for special occasions. Well, former U.S. Rep. Sean Duffy is considering a bid for governor after former President Trump urged him to run, Sean, run. Trump issued a statement today that he was working hard to get Duffy to run, saying that he would be virtually unbeatable. Following the statement, a source familiar with Duffy says he's thinking about it. Duffy resigned his House seat in 2019 to spend more time with his family after receiving the diagnosis that his 9th child born would be born with Down syndrome. Well, coming up next on News 3 Now, Olbert Gardens got a few new buildings today. We're going to take you at a look inside the new Learning Center and Greenhouse at the Gardens. And then at 10, the Badgers face off against Army tonight. We're going to have full coverage coming up at 10.
What makes new Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
When you open a jar of Better Than Bouillon, you open up dinner time to great flavor. Chicken, beef, roasted garlic, sauteed onion. With Better Than Bouillon, the possibilities are endless. Make your everything better with Better Than Bouillon. Don't just make it better.
Watching News 3 now at 6. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Okay, so it's only mid-October, but believe it or not, some retailers already have Christmas trees on display. The holiday season is coming up, and health officials have some recommendations on how to spend time with family and friends safely.
People planning to travel for the upcoming holidays will have to pack their patience as carriers prepare for a boost in passengers in the COVID era.
When things happen, they happen system-wide. And obviously, it's very tough to recover from that in the space of an afternoon or a day or so. So, just don't time things as tightly as you might have done before the pandemic kicked in.
Those travelers will also have to pack their masks. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says facial coverings are needed to spend time with family and friends safely. Health officials also recommend getting the COVID-19 shot before traveling.
Data is data. You can have whatever personal opinions you want. You can make whatever choice you want for your own health and your own body. But at this point in the pandemic, you're either going to get vaccinated or you're going to get COVID. That's where we are right now.
The CDC says the best way to protect children who aren't old enough to get the shot is for people around them to be vaccinated. But there's a chance more kids will be eligible soon.
We have to be overly cautious when it comes to our children. We have to make sure that we are making recommendations that are scientifically sound.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The CDC stresses that people should still wear masks indoors, especially those that are unvaccinated. As we all know, outdoor gatherings are still considered safer, but they get very tricky when those temps start to drop. Well, this morning, community members celebrated the grand opening of a new family learning center at the Olbrich Botanical Gardens. The 8,500 square foot learning center is the first dedicated educational space in Olbrich's history. Many things are going to be offered in the classrooms, including educational programs, school programs, summer writing camps, and youth and family programs.
With this new addition, we're just really excited to highlight the importance of connecting children and adults, everyone really, with nature, and how that just really opens up growth in our understanding of the natural world and what we can do to protect it and be good land stewards moving forward.
The Learning Center will use approximately 67% less energy than a building built at minimum code standards. Well, coming up next, it's a New York icon that hasn't returned since the pandemic. We're going to tell you about the return of a carousel coming up next.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner with access to financial advice, tools, and a personalized plan that helps you build a future for those you love. Vanguard. Become an owner.
We know car accidents happen every day. Unfortunately, many of us don't know our rights when it happens to us. Victims often settle too soon and can't cover medical bills or long-term effects from the accident. Contact the personal injury attorneys at Gingras, Thompson & Walks for a free consultation if you've suffered injury or loss due to a car accident. GTW attorneys are consistently recognized as the best and have won some of the biggest settlements and awards for their clients. Gingras, Thompson & Walks.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Celebrating 40 years of winners and readers. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Sample food and drinks, enjoy music, and meet some of this year's winners. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th at the Edgewater. Tickets are online now. Presenting sponsor, Woolersheim Winery and Distillery. And supporting sponsors, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Beef Butter Barbecue.
The world is still slowly getting back to normal since the pandemic started, and one New York icon reopened for the first time after closing last March. Of course, it's the Central Park Freedom Memorial Carousel. Kids hopped on to enjoy the ride. Adults hopped on with them occasionally, or holding their kids, or just making sure to remember the event by taking pictures or videos. New Yorkers were happy to have the merry-go-round back in their lives.
So exciting to be part of this great day, reopening the Freedom Memorial Carousel. So much fun. All New Yorkers need to be back outside in our parks, having fun, and it's just such a celebration of New York City's recovery and resilience today.
So the original carousel was actually built in 1861 and was pulled using horsepower. That's pretty interesting. Austin, have you ever been on a horse-powered carousel? I'm guessing not.
I have not, personally. I've been on a few carousels, though, in my time, but not one that's actually horse-powered, so that's pretty interesting there. But we saw a lot of sunshine today. The sun will be back for tomorrow. Temperatures also expected to be a little bit more mild here for tomorrow, so slightly increased temperatures and less wind, but minimal rain chances for this next week. And fall is here. 50s and 60s for most of this forecast. There is actually one exception, but it's on the warmer side of things, so I think you guys are going to like what we have in the extended forecast. Live look outside right now, some cloud cover, but still generally looking good to go. Our visible cloud track shows that really today, most of us did not see any cloud cover, and if you did, you just saw some very light cloud cover here and there. So for the most part today, it was a pretty nice day overall. Doppler track, of course, with the lack of cloud cover, we're not going to see those rain showers here, so we did end up staying dry yet again, but I'm still going to show you that future track, especially for the temperatures, because later on tonight, it is going to get quite cool. Taking a peek at our future track, it does show those 30s and low 40s in the morning. By the afternoon, this is when we warm things up. It's going to feel very nice towards the afternoon here for tomorrow with those middle 60s and winds that won't be as strong as what we saw here earlier today. And then by the time we reach Sunday night and early Monday morning, much of the same, but we're going to be a little bit warmer, just a few degrees on the warmer side of things. We do have more 30s in our extended forecast for low temperatures, but that's going to be a little bit farther down the line. Temperatures could even reach those upper 60s and low 70s to start off this next work week. But we do have frost advisories again in effect here for some of our northernmost areas. That goes until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Notice how most of us are not included within that frost advisory. Temperatures in those upper 30s and just enough of a breeze. It's going to be a struggle to actually see quite a bit of some patchy frost developing. But if you're in a low-lying area, it might be a good idea to cover up some of those sensitive plants just in case, because the potential is there. But for widespread frost, it's not really looking too likely here later on tonight. But then you take a peek at our rain chances. They're still staying pretty minimal. We're only looking at about a 20-30% chance for a few days here and there. Most of this forecast still does look dry overall. But then you take a peek here at what we're looking at with our 6 to 10-day temperature outlook, and this is going to stay a little bit warmer than average. So that's good news here for us, as we are looking to stay warmer than what we should be. But again, that average high temperature, it keeps falling. Today it's 60 degrees. By the end of this forecast, that average high temperature is likely going to be in those middle to upper 50s. But taking a peek at our high temperature trend, we do have those warmer conditions, especially for Monday and Tuesday. Upper 60s and low 70s are expected, but then we're going to cool things down quite a bit afterwards. So we do have that cool down. By the end of this next work week, we're talking mid-50s for highs, but then we are going to slowly see a warming trend by the end of this forecast. And then the extended forecast, beautiful days ahead of us for the next few. One rain chance that we're looking at for Wednesday, a slight chance to see a passing shower as well on Thursday. Other than that, though, we are looking pretty good to go here. Just another rain chance for the following Monday, but this upcoming Monday and Tuesday, two absolutely fantastic days that I really cannot wait for.
I was going to say, this morning I took the puppy out early and I was, for whatever reason, wearing shorts, and that was that first taste. I don't know about you, but when I went out this morning, I was like, oh my goodness, it's back.
I accidentally left my window open last night, so it was cold this morning. Yeah.
Somehow we still made it in without getting sick.
Oh, you know it. Yep.
Thank you so much, as always, Austin. Well, next, Wisconsin volleyball was put to the test this weekend in Michigan. We're going to have more from their latest matchup with the Wolverines coming right up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least GEICO makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true, with diabetic retinopathy, excess sugar can damage blood vessels, causing vision loss or even blindness. So remember this, now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is important to your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Visit nowic.com and take control of your sight.
Bro, one more time.
Jif Peanut Butter. That flow crazy. It's that jiffing good. Ludacris changed his flow for it.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Hi, everyone. Sunday morning, we'll recap the Badgers' night game against Army and take a look at what comes next for Wisconsin. And fall-like feel is sticking around outside. We'll tell you just how long we're staying dry in the firstborn forecast. Sunday morning at 6:30.
Wisconsin volleyball's tour of Michigan continues after the third-ranked Badgers swept Michigan State last night. That marked their 6th straight conference win. Now, the Badgers take the first 2 sets, but the Wolverines, they're not making this match easy. Down in the 3rd set, Dana Rettke powers past the block to tie it up at 13. And there's not a lot of separation on the scoreboard in this one. Badgers going for match point. Julia Orzel seals the deal with a dump. She leads the Badgers with 14 kills today. Wisconsin sweeps 7 straight wins for them, and now the Badgers return home home for a meeting with 8th-ranked Ohio State on Friday. The Big 8 Conference title on the line this morning for cross country. In the girls' individual, Middleton's Lauren Ponsagra cruises to first, finishing just under 18 minutes. That's an entire minute before the next runner. Now, on the boys' side, Middleton's Griffin Ward safely ahead of the competition, finishes first with a time of 15 minutes and 58 seconds. Girls' final team results, Middleton on top with West and Memorial in second and third. And the boys' final team results, West comes in first with Middleton and Madison La Follette right behind. Less than 30 minutes until kickoff at Camp Randall. Wisconsin's second game under the lights this season comes against the Army Black Knights. And the Badgers are going to try and carry the momentum from last week's shutout into tonight's contest as the Badgers seek to get to 500. Well, the Army Knights, Army enters the night with a 4-1 record, and that's not the only thing working for them. Black Knights utilize a triple option that the Badgers defense is going to have to slow down if they want to get their third win of the season. Game time is set for 7. We'll have more later tonight. And while we wait for that game to begin, Whitewater already got to work a top 25 conference matchup in Oshkosh. Warhawks put together a 22-point second quarter that helps them win 32-13. Now moving on, now they're 6-0 on the season. Quarterback Max Myler had 2 touchdowns on the day. Warhawks on the road again next weekend to face UW River Falls. Kickoff is at 1. And the NFL's oldest rivalry is about to be renewed as the Packers head to Chicago for the first of 2 meetings this season. Each team brings a win streak of their own into the game. Packers with 4 straight after that Week 1 loss, and the Bears with back-to-back victories to go 1 game over 500. Now, regardless of records and streaks, Green Bay owns the all-time series and has dominated the Bears over the last decade. A storied rivalry that's about to have a new chapter written.
Little Green Bay was getting beat up for a long time by our foes to the south. Farby showed up and we closed the gap, and then we've overtaken them. It's always a battle against them and always fun when you can beat them.
Each team wants to come out with that victory, and it's a little bit added to it. And, you know, this is the oldest rivalry in football, so it's time to get it.
And taking another look at our final forecast tonight, it is going to be a chilly one. Early tomorrow morning, we're only going to see upper 30s and a potential for some low 40s. But then we're going to see a beautiful afternoon, temperatures back into the middle 60s, and we're going to see the sunshine again tomorrow.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you later on at 10 tonight. See you later, Madison.